Good morning. Yesterday was Easter, and what a great day it was. It was wonderful to see so many people in person back at church. We had about 50% capacity of what we had back in 2019, and that was good. We really know that it's not time for everybody to be getting back out yet and coming back, but we're starting to open up and we're moving in that direction, and the day is going to be coming soon when we are able to finally all be back together again. But it was a great day. But I know that there really have been a lot of people who have been telling me over the last year now, Bob, we've discovered that you're really far more inspirational when we have our house shoes on and a cup of coffee in our hand. We laugh, but I got to tell you, that wasn't news to me. Miriam Pope was the wife of a Methodist minister, and when she was 100 years old, she used to be telling me, I love, Bob, watching you with my house shoes on and a cup of coffee in my hand. Never thought you'd been better. We would always laugh. Well, I know some people enjoy that, but I got to come across a story on a lady who's named Laverne Wimberly. She's 82 years old. She lives in Tulsa, Oklahoma. She's a member of Metropolitan Baptist Church. And it turns out that she's a retired principal. Her husband died about 11 years ago now. At 82, she still loves going to church and being there. She said she always tends to sit on the last row in section 2. Well, I know why. Because whenever she'd go to church, she always wore these big hats. I mean, big hats. Now, I got to tell you, I loved that fashion when women used to wear hats to church. And they could be big and beautiful, and I always thought that was great. That's not the style anymore, but it is for some, and it certainly is for Laverne. She looks amazing. But I think everyone's grateful she sits on the last row rather than further down lower. Well, anyway, she decided she was not going to sit around and just feel sorry for herself when church closed down and everything had to go virtual. So starting March 29th, a year ago, she decided she was going to get up. She was going to get dressed to the nines like she usually did on Sunday morning. She'd put on her beautiful dress, her jewelry, put on her hair, her makeup, and put on a big hat. And then she'd go to church, just by herself, there in her living room, watching online. But after she did, she would take a selfie of herself, and then she would post a scripture with it and post it on Facebook. She did it just for her friends because they commented how they miss seeing her. And when she would post it, well, she started getting such great comments. People said, it made me feel so good just to see you all dressed up. So she did it the next week and the next week. She's done it now for 53 weeks in a row. And she's been very careful to catalog everything so she never has worn the same outfit twice. 53 different hats. They are unbelievable. And she has had such a good time. As she said, I just was doing it for my friends because they said it brought a smile to their face. She said, I never really expected anyone else to know. But a person in her church worked for a local news station, and they actually did a story on her. And from there, a national story, Willie Geist, CBS Sunday Morning News, they did a story on her. The Washington Post carried a story on her. No, she's gone national. I mean, there are so many people. I loved her comment. She said, I started hearing from people everywhere who just said my photos made them smile. And that was the whole point, to inspire people and to make them feel good. Well, I have to tell you, when I saw her, it made me smile. You can go on Facebook or you can Google her, Miss Laverne Wimberly. Actually, it's Dr. Laverne Wimberly, and I promise it'll make you smile. But one thing's for sure, whether you've been getting dressed up to the nines, or whether you enjoy worshiping in your sweatpants, house shoes, and a cup of coffee in your hand, the day is coming soon when we're all going to be able to get back together again. And that's the day that I'm looking for. I'm ready for a smile, a handshake, and a hug. And I have hope it's coming soon. Have a great day.